kiddos, once again to Art for the Heart with Mrs. Smith. Now what we're going to do as a follow-up is work on value with colored pencil. Remember, when you use colored pencil, the heavier you press with more pressure gets you a darker color or darker value. The lighter you press gets you a lighter color or lighter value. We're going to try to create 3 shades of value with the colored pencil. First, what I would like you to do is choose an interesting color colored pencil. I've chosen a teal for this video. We're going to go into each letter and do an interesting line design first. I'll do so now. I will start with some diagonal lines for my P and continue them throughout the whole entire front of the letter. I think moving to my O, I will do some zigzag lines, kind of like lightning lines, from bottom to top. In the O, I'll do some polka dots. In the L, I'll do some curly, wavy lines. Let me show you what I have so far. Notice the P and the O on top have a unique design, and the O and the L on bottom have a different design. Now that we've done some line designs with one value shade of the colored pencil, I want you to go in and add some gradation of value, meaning difference in value. From the tops of the letters and the right-hand side of the letters will be our darkest value. Let me go ahead and do so now. I'm going to start off by pressing nice and hard with lots of pressure at the top of the letter. I would say only go about 1/2 of the way down because you want to make sure to have room for the medium value and the lightest value in each part. Let me show you what that would look like with an extreme close-up. Now, let me go back in and add the medium value. In that same little section, press a little bit lighter with the colored pencil and gradually blend to the middle value. If it seems like too much of a sharp contrast between the darkest value and the lightest value, go in with a tiny amount of your colored pencil and just blend the line where they meet in between. I'll show you what that looks like. Now we're going to go back in and do our lightest value, right underneath that medium value. Feel free to go back and forth over this area with vertical lines to get all that white space. Now that I've completed one section, let me show you what that looks like. Now we're going to go the other direction, horizontally. Start off with nice heavy pressure again and do this darkest value. I'm going to do that in all the sections. I'm going to go into my next 2 sections and do the same thing again. Darkest to medium to lightest value. Going one direction and then continuing on in the other direction. I'll do so now and then we'll check back with you. Now I'm going to go back in there and do that with the O, O, and L. Remember, when you go one direction, darkest to medium to lightest value, broken up approximately in thirds, and then you're going to turn it and do that again. Darkest, medium, and lightest value. We'll check back with you in a minute and you'll see what's happened. I've gone ahead and done that with all the letters. Let's show you a close-up of what this looks like. So just to review, our first step was we made a vanishing point in the center of the paper. Then we went ahead and did in the 4 corners of the paper, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, some 1-inch horizontal lines in order to make our letters nice and straight on the bottom. We then turned that into 4 block letters. Once the 4 block letters were done, we went ahead and did diagonal lines, which were converging lines from the corners of each point, thinking about the bottoms and tops of the letters. As soon as our converging lines were done that went to the vanishing point, then we had to go ahead back in and make our parallel lines, remembering that they ran in the same direction. Horizontal lines shadowed the other horizontal lines, and vertical lines shadowed the other vertical lines. We were making sure when we did that we were connecting them together to make them L's. We used repetition and extended this all the way back to the vanishing point. In our second video, we then turned the front side of each letter into a beautiful and detailed pattern using variety, and then we used value to go from dark to medium to light. Hope you've enjoyed watching and seeing my first art project tutorial. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now from Art for the Heart, Mrs. Smith.